Hi, Dr. Gulani. So it's Friday, flyback Fridays always, and patients from all over the world as they leave day one post-surgery. A couple of them asked me to explain LaZrPlastique, even though they themselves are blown away with the results, the lack of pain, and how they've been corrected despite many laser procedures that they had in their states and countries before coming here. They've had Lasik, they've had smile surgery, PRKs, PTKs, topography-guided laser surgeries, various names that are given to procedures, and how their procedures did not take them to the perfect vision, and in many cases was painful, long recoveries, and other issues for which they all flew here. So LaZrPlastique, as you know me, I'm all about, obsessed literally about taking eye surgery to artistry, right? That's where the word plastique originated with me over 30 years ago. And I started doing my corneal procedures instead of doing transplants that I used to do many decades ago. I started using people's own damaged corneas with least interventional, precise laser techniques to make them see through that. And that was the origination of corneoplastique, which I published and talked about for decades now. And as I kept getting my LASIK results that I was thrilled with, I kept thinking, why are we cutting the cornea? So I started developing techniques, because by then, we're talking again over 2 decades ago, where I don't know when I became such a magnet attracting patients who came in for second opinions and complication corrections from all over the world. And as I looked for a procedure that I could do without cutting their cornea, I developed LaZrPlastique, a procedure where using the same laser with its very high accuracy, a quarter of a micron at every pulse. That laser I could use to help people with irregular, scar, damaged corneas like radial keratotomy, keratoconus, corneal scars, very high irregular astigmatisms, corneal transplant cases, and previous Lasik, smile, PRK, PTK cases that failed, and topography-guided cases that failed. So that procedure, as I kept honing, I myself was amazed that it was causing no pain. It wasn't causing any haze or regression, which was the main issues with PRK surgery. And my techniques as I honed, and this is trademarked with my proprietary approaches, and using the excimer laser that is actually used for LASIK. That same precision laser I use for LaZrPlastique, but the proprietary way of using it, the unique artistry with which I plan this outcomes is what's been amazing to me too, besides the patients. Now, as you all know, in our practice, we don't advertise. I'm too blessed. We don't need to lure any patient here. And no patient comes to me looking for LaZrPlastique or lensoplastic or corneoplastic. Think about it, the word itself that I have chosen is so difficult for patients to pronounce. If I had to advertise, I would have called it super LASIK, super cataract, and super cornea. That'd be easy to advertise as it already has a marketing in it, and it could be, search engine optimized or marketed and easy for patients to find. But I don't like that kind of hype. Patients don't come to me looking for LaZrPlastique, lensoplastic, corneoplastic. They come here looking for solutions for their complexities, complications. And that's what I'm known for. That's what my passion is. Custom designing surgery for each patient, helping them see through their broken, damaged eyes, no matter how many surgeries they've had and where and who did it, which state, which country, doesn't matter. So LaZrPlastique, also publication-wise, I've published so many articles, papers, spoken about techniques of mine for 3 decades. Anytime you're doing something revolutionary, it always takes a long time for it to be published in peer-reviewed literature. Even there, we have sent it in so many times, but it's nothing wrong with the system. The people who are responsible on the journal's advisory committees, I myself have been there. We have to be very strict about what we accept as the norm, right? So the techniques are so powerful. It's like saying the earth is round and everybody's like, earth is flat. So it does take time for something revolutionary to be accepted. But the whole fact that this process is much more safer than LASIK, has no pain of PRK, has no drama of smile surgery, it makes it totally a surgery that I see as the future. I'm doing a surgery without cutting, without making flaps, without blades, without chopping, without having to depend on something that doesn't correlate with topography, and bringing these patients to vision for decades. So what I did was actually even more difficult as a doctor. I put all my patients on camera. So while I keep on sending my articles and work to publication, while I speak about LaZrPlastique, lensoplastic, corneoplastic on podiums all over the country and world to eye surgeons, fellow eye surgeons, and I've been teaching this in courses, I started putting all our patients on camera, all of you included, my patients. And think about how difficult that situation I've created for myself, because you are not normal, simple LASIK or cataract cases that are predictable. And I know you will say you did great. These are patients, all of you, where I myself have warned you, informed you that you might not see well. I'm going to do my best. You're all extremely complex cases that are unpredictable in many cases. And yet I'm just blessed that all of you do so well. So I took this path that while the publications are going in and while peer-reviewed literature looks at it and wants to make it mainstream, like LASIK took some time becoming mainstream, the smile technique became mainstream after some time. It takes time. But the best part here is I have no desire or incentive to push through for the publication, because I'm just too blessed with patients. I am too strong in my integrity. We don't want to advertise. And I'm blown away with the procedure myself. This is what I said in my interview a couple of years ago in Ophthalmology Times. I said, I'm so blown away with my LaZrPlastique work that I'm fascinated that this can be applied to nearly all cases. I mean, imagine LaZrPlastique that I started as a procedure and honed over decades to work on irregular and scarred corneas. The results were so good, I started using it on patients who are normal and qualifying for it. So, with LaZrPlastique, I can fix patients with nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism, and reading glasses. I can also fix patients who've had bad outcomes of LASIK, SMILE, PRK, PTK, Topo-guided laser surgeries. Think about it, a surgery that can correct people with glasses and also correct people who have side effects and complications. And also I can combine it with patients with premium cataract surgery who had bad outcomes of cataract surgery, bad outcomes of transplant surgery. So I can literally combine it with anything and therefore even use it on cases which are not candidates for normal refractive surgery, like thin corneas, keratoconus, radial keratotomy, corneal scars. All of that I can help. I have been helping. So it's such a pleasure to share this. And the patients themselves are so blown away. And if you've seen the videos, I even asked them on surgery, day one post-op, any pain? And they say no. So this surgery is beyond LASIK, beyond PRK, beyond SMILE in my experience. And it's just a matter of time that other doctors start doing it, because I've been teaching selflessly. I want them to see, here's the procedure that's still safe for patients and producing results in regular and irregular eyes and can be combined with other surgeries and fix complications of other surgeries. So that's my excitement with this procedure. And the name, I made it a difficult name because it's a specialty I've created for eye surgeons, not for patients. So LaZrPlastique, my technique of doing artistic cataract surgery in irregular eyes and leading them to vision. Corneoplastic, minimally invasive techniques to improve badly damaged cornea. So the entire plastic series that I've created, and we have trademarks on this because the US Trademark Patent Office has recognized them as unique entities, it's not for advertising. It's not for patients to come to me for. It's just my desire to raise the bar in my own profession. So I hope that helps you guys. And again, always a pleasure to help you. On Friday, I go home feeling like $1 billion, having seen patients fly back home. So stay tuned for the stories as always, as many amazing emotional things happen today. And you know where to find me with any questions. Dr. Gulani.